Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Levi here from the TheWocclan. Today I'm going to be bringing you a nice little gameplay I got on Raid. This is, I believe, 62 and 8, and it could have been a lot better, but I died just like one or so kills off my Lodestar. But anyway, one other thing I wanted to say is that I kind of changed my quality settings a little bit in this gameplay, so let me know if you like it. I know my video used to stutter a lot before, and that's just because my CPU is not good enough to handle it. So I turned the quality down a little bit, but it's still in the same resolution. So I don't know how to describe it, but basically it just it should be the same, but it's different. So let me know what it looks like. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into today's commentary. Today I'm going to be talking about something that, oh my, the comments are just going to be crazy today. I can't wait for this. So anyway, I'm going to be talking about today why I believe in God. And again, before you leave, dislike the video, comment, you suck, or something like that. I'm just going to let you know now, if your comment is rude, I will delete it. I don't care if you are, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're Christian, atheist, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, I don't care. If it's rude, I'm going to delete it. That's all that matters, okay? So, with that being said, please sit back and enjoy this commentary. So I'm going to go ahead and start this pretty long time back. This is going to start back when I am, maybe 3 years old. So when I was about 3 years old or so, both my parents were Christian. I was raised in a Christian household. We would go to church every week, and my dad was pretty involved in church. He was one of the leaders there, and my mom was also pretty strong in her faith. And so by nature, I was brought up as a Christian 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old child, all the way up until about, I don't know, we'll say 3rd grade is when this is going to start changing. So anyway, in around 3rd grade or so, it was a little bit before this, and this is always gradual, but around this time my dad stopped, believing so much in all the things that are, most Christians believe in. Started to kind of question things, and he started to lose some of his faith. And ever since that, just around that general area of time, he kind of left. He doesn't, now he still doesn't come to church anymore or anything like that with us. But, overall he's still, like, a good dad, and I'm really glad to have him and stuff. But it's unfortunate for me, anyway, because he doesn't come to church anymore and that sort of stuff. But my mom was still, all through this time, very supportive of me and my sister and going to just trying to learn about God and stuff like that. So we're going to advance a little farther forward now in, let's see, what was it, like 6th grade for me. So at this point I was like 10 or 11 years old. My sister was going through some tough times, and I was going through some tough times, and our family was just as a whole going through some tough times. And even though we were still going to church every weekend, etc., it started becoming more of a routine and less of a, hey, let's learn about God today. It was, we still went, we were still quote unquote part of the usual crowd or whatever you want to call it, but that's the case. The other thing that happened is around 6th grade is I started to be able to go to youth group, because our youth group starts at middle schoolers. I started going to youth group, and that was good. It helped me with having a little community of people that believed in God that I could share my faith with and stuff like that. So now we're continuing on. We'll say this kind of continues through 7th and 8th grade years. We're going to 9th grade years. So in 9th grade year, I started to kind of be, I guess, guilty of not really living out my faith. I would go to youth group once a week, I'd go to church once a week, I'd pray before meals, etc. All the cliche, good boy stuff. But I wasn't really seeking God outside of that, and so I felt guilty about that. So I started doing things more like reading my Bible and praying outside of the usual times. I try and find just, some point in time where I could sit down and specifically devote to God, and that was really good. That's when my faith started, I guess, climbing back up again at that point. And ever since I started doing that, my faith has just grown, like, tremendously. Like, every day, I know I talked a little bit about this in my last commentary, but every day I think that more, I feel more intrigued / inclined to want to have time with God, and it's really good. But and all these things, by the way, this is my beliefs. You don't have to believe the same thing, but that's how I feel. So like I said again, sorry, just don't be rude in the comments. I know it's probably hard, but back on topic. It's good for me, and ever since then my faith has started just growing more and more and more. and it's helped me also to encourage other people. One of the most important things for me, that I think anyway, is that if you're going to be a Christian and you want to call yourself one, you should also try and be helping other people to get to know God slash Jesus slash what He has done for us. So that was good too, because when I would read my Bible and stuff, it would incline me more to want to invite friends to do stuff with me. And since then, I've actually had a couple friends that I've pretty much had come to my youth group several times now and have become quote-unquote regulars there, which is really good, and praise the Lord for that. But so that's basically my background story as to how I was raised and stuff like that, and I think that's important to tell in why I believe in God. Now, I understand that a lot of this stuff would be probably different if I were raised differently, but this is how it is, and this is why I believe in God. So let's go ahead and get into the meat of this. So there's a couple different things. So I guess I will start with, I don't know, the most practical first, the most practical reasons, and then at the end, the most abstract reasons. So anyway, one of the things that I don't get is that it's like people seem like they don't believe that, Jesus did miracles on earth, or that the miracles in the Bible didn't happen. Like, I don't get how people think that. I mean, it confuses me. Do people think that it's just something that somebody wrote down and thought that happened or something? This is not trying to be rude. I honestly want to know because I'm curious, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, somebody wouldn't write down something that didn't happen, and millions of people, or well, thousands of people or whatever at the time, would just approve it and say that's exactly how it happened over and over and over again. I mean, I just don't get that. Yeah. So things like, I mean, Jesus rising from the dead. I mean, I think there are some people who honestly believe that that didn't happen, like that physically did not happen, and I'm curious as to why that is. But I'm trying to be as polite as I can here, guys. But this is honestly a misunderstanding I have. So that would be good. I should actually probably clear that up. But yeah, I'll get back to you. Now the next reason that I guess one of the more abstract reasons is that I have seen God's work in my life. This is things that I have seen personally with my eyes slash felt with my heart. I have physically been able to see the changes that God's made in my life and other people's lives through various means. I'm not going to go into depth because I only have a little bit of time here, but that's the case. And finally, probably the most importantly, is I have honestly felt the presence of God. I think if you are a believer of God, and when you first decide that you want to start following Him, which for me, when I first made that conscious decision, I was, I believe, 9 years old, 8 years old, you feel the presence of God. You actually physically can sometimes, feel Him. And it sounds weird, and I understand that if you don't believe this, you probably think I'm just making up a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I understand that, but it's true. You can feel the presence of God if you give it a chance. So this has been right here from the Buzzcut Boy. I mean, if you have questions in the comments, as long as you're polite, I'm happy to answer them. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let you guys know why I personally believe in God. Those are the 3 reasons, and I know, again, like I said earlier, it's influenced by my background, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. It was pretty good, but I haven't been able to play it all this week. I've been really busy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.